And so we'll just start in a child's pose today. So again, if you don't want to start in child's pose, then please feel free to start in any other way. But if you can, just coming down a wide leg child's pose is more comfortable, and you can use blocks if you'd like to as well. Oh, and we are going to be doing standing splits as our balance, so you might want to grab a couple of blocks for that if you would like. And you can always use the wall as well. So if you widen your knees, take your feet together, sit your hips back, and then take your time coming down. Any position with your arms, so you can cross them over and drop the head down. If you want to, you could use a block or a blanket underneath your hips just to soften that down towards your heels. So just taking a few moments just to come away from your morning, just beginning to draw your attention inwards. Just being aware of your breath, just as it moves in and out through your nose. And in this posture, start to feel the breath moving and expanding into the sides and into the back of your body. On the inhale, start to feel the ribs moving out to the sides, the back rising up. And on that exhale, start to feel it all moving back in. Breath starts to even out, then noticing your body, just how it feels here. So maybe there's some discomfort, maybe you can relax something a little bit more. Maybe just your shoulders, maybe there's tension there within your hips. Just try and let it all soften down a little. In today's class, we're going to do a heart-centered practice. So really because of Valentine's Day on Monday, I thought we would do that. And it's really a practice in self-love. So every yoga class we do is a practice in self-love, but just really making it more prominent in this class. Just being aware of your body, being kind to your body as you're practicing. And then we'll do quite a few kind of heart openers and back bends to help us create space in the heart center. So when you're ready, we'll start just by staying in this child's pose, but we'll walk the hands forward. So if you just walk them out if they're not already. And then we're going to walk the hands over towards the right side of your mat. So just taking your time. Maybe you take your left hand and place it on top of your right hand. And let the head drop down a little bit and start to feel that stretch into the left side of your body. Okay, when you're ready, we'll release that and start to move over towards the other side. So just taking your time, moving over towards the left. Maybe placing your right hand on top of your left hand. Start to feel that strong stretch through the right side. When you're ready, make your way back in towards the middle. So just taking your time as you come in towards the center. And we're just going to make our way up to an all fours position. So you're just going to come up onto your hands and onto your knees. When you get there on an inhale, we're going to lift up through your right hand. So we're just going to stretch the right arm up. So just opening through your chest a little bit more. And on the exhale, we're just going to take it underneath the left, but we're not coming all the way down. So just, you can bend into your left arm a little bit. Do that again. So inhale, start to lift and open through that side body. And then on that exhale, just take it under. Okay, we'll do that once more. So again, lifting and reaching up. And then take the arm under. Now this time we are going to lay down. So if you can, lay down onto that right shoulder. And with your left hand, you can either keep it where it is. You could stretch it in front of you. Or maybe you lift the hand up and then drop your left arm behind your back, grabbing hold of something. So really just do what feels right. If you need to keep it on the ground, then keep it on the ground. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We're going to just release your left hand now, bring it in front of your face, and then just start to press yourself back up. So coming back into that all fours position. And then on an inhale here, we're going to drop the belly and start to pull your chest forwards a little bit more. So we're drawing the chest forwards. And on the exhale, we'll draw the belly in and round through the upper back and the shoulders. So do that again. So inhale, drop through your belly, start to peel the chest forwards and through. On the exhale, round in. Okay, we'll do that once more. So again, just in your own time, just moving through it. And then rounding back in. Now this next inhale, we're just going to come to a more neutral position. So just in the center. And then we'll start to lift up through the left hand now. So just opening up through that left side body, reaching through your fingertips. On the exhale, take the arm under. So do that again. Work at your own pace here. So if you want to go a little bit slower, you can do that. And just following your breath. Okay, we'll do one more. And this time as you come under, we'll start to lay down onto that left shoulder again. So just take your time moving down. Keeping the right hand where it is. Maybe stretch it in front of you more, or maybe lift the right arm up and then drop it behind your back. So you can maybe grab hold of your t-shirt or your hip. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, slowly release your right hand and then bring it in front of your face again. Start to press yourself back up. We're just coming back into an all fours position. And then when you get there, we're going to step back with your right leg. So belly pulls in. The right foot is going to stay on the ground here. So the toes of the right foot down, and we're just pressing gently away through that left, the right heel. So stretching a little bit in the calf muscle in that leg. Okay, when you're ready, rebend the leg, so bring the right leg in, and we'll change sides. So left foot just steps out. Again, the toes are on the ground, heel is pressing away. Just get a nice stretch through that calf. Slowly rebend that left knee. And we're going to step back again with your right leg. So again, up onto the toes, and then if you can, step back with your left leg. We're coming into this plank position. And again, you know, a self-love practice. If it feels too much, you'll bend the knees. And if you can hold it for a little bit longer, then you hold it, but just see how it feels. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We are going to lower all the way to the ground here, so you could drop your knees first and then just bend your elbows, slowly lower yourself down. When you get there, release your toes. And then we're going to bring the feet together. So if you bring the big toes together, you can let the heels kind of drop out. We'll keep the hands where they are. We're going to come up for a little cobra here. So as you inhale, we're going to draw the shoulders back and lift your chest up. Maybe lift your feet off the ground. So really pressing the big toes together as you do that. And then on the exhale, just slowly release all the way back. So we'll do that again. So again, inhale, draw the shoulders back. Maybe you just lift the chest. If you'd like to lift your legs up as well, then hover them above the ground. And then slowly release back down. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So again, inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest, maybe lift the legs. When you're ready, slowly release everything all the way back down. Okay, we'll start to move back up. So using your hands, just start to gently press yourself back up And we'll move back into that child's pose again. So widen your knees, bring your feet together, start to press your hips back. Maybe this time you don't stretch the arms out, maybe you fold them in. Just whatever feels right to you. Just stretching a little bit through the lower back. Okay, when you're ready, we'll come back up, but just onto your hands and onto your knees again. And then we'll come in for Anahatanasana, so our heart melting pose. So you're starting to open up through the chest area. So keeping your hips over your knees, walk your hands forwards a little bit. And then just very gently start to press your chest down. Take your time, just move into it in your own way, your own speed. When we get there, we'll just hold there for about 5 breaths. So just taking your time moving into it. So the Anahata is the chakra which is responsible for the heart center. It's really where we have love and compassion. And the element that controls it is air, and the colour is green. So maybe as you're here, maybe you could just picture that. Any colour of green, any shade of green. Okay, when you're ready, we'll come back up. So again, take your time moving out of it. So lift yourself up and walk your hands back. We'll come back into that all fours position. So as you come in, we're going to move to our first downward facing dog. So we'll tuck the toes and we'll start to lift the hips up, the downward dog. And as you come in, make any movements there. So maybe bending into one leg and then the other. Maybe you just keep both legs bent. So again, a self-love practice means that we're totally aware of how our body feels and what's going on in our body, and therefore we can react and make changes if we need to. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. We're going to lift the heels up. You're going to step forward with your right leg. So just step your right foot up towards the top. Give it a hand if you need to. So we come into kind of a lunge position. And then from there, we're going to step your left foot up towards the top. So you could bend into the back leg and step your foot up towards the top. So just folding then towards the leg. As you inhale here, lengthen your spine. So pull the heart forwards a little bit more. And on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, we'll reach up, so rising all the way up. And on the exhale, we're just going to fold all the way back down again. So just taking your time as you fold towards your legs, bending into your knees. As you inhale here, lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, we'll take the hands down and we'll step back with your right leg. So again, we're coming into that lunge position. You can definitely put your back knee down here because we are going to lift the upper body. So it feels better to you, lower your back knee, and you can do the next bit there. Otherwise, if you'd like to, from here, we'll come up to that high lunge. So draw your belly in, start to lift your chest. Maybe you reach your arms up. And again, you can always change your mind, put the back knee on the ground. So start to draw the shoulders back a little bit. Feel the chest opening. Try and keep your shoulders level and your hips level. And then if you want to, you can take a little back bend here. So we're going to bend into the elbows a little bit and then draw the elbows back a little bit. Just see how that feels to you. Okay, on your next inhale, we'll start to reach back up again. So stretch it up with the arms. And then on the exhale, we'll take the hands down towards the mat. It's when you get there, we're going to step back with your left foot to our down dog again. So just stepping back, moving back into that downward facing dog. Again, any little movements that you like to make. Okay, when you're ready, again, we'll look forward, lift your heels. We'll step the left foot up towards the top this time. So just stepping forwards. Again, use your hands if you need to. You can always lower your back knee down and then step your foot forwards. And then we're going to step up towards the top of your mat. So bending in the back leg, step up. As you inhale, stretch the spine forwards. On the exhale, fold back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, we'll fold all the way back down towards your legs. Lengthen forwards on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll take the hands down and we'll step back with your left leg this time. And as you step back with your left leg, maybe you lower your left knee to the ground, or maybe you keep it lifted. It's up to you. And then if you'd like to, as you inhale, we'll start to lift up again. So lifting the chest, reaching up with the arms, relaxing the shoulders. Now, if you'd like to come into that back bend, start to bend your elbows once more. Draw the shoulders back, open your chest. On your next inhale, start to reach back up with your hands. And on the exhale, release the hands all the way down towards the hip. When you get there, we'll step back, downward facing dog. Again, any little movements, or maybe you just stay still for a moment. You bend your knees or scan your body for any areas of tightness that maybe soften a little bit. When you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll lift both heels again and then we'll walk up. So with your feet, just take a little walk towards your hands. Take your time, unplug your hands when you need to. Separate your feet about hip distance and just fold in towards your legs. As you inhale here, start to lengthen through your spine to pull the chest forwards. On the exhale, fold back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Maybe closing your eyes just for a moment to see how that feels. And we're going to create our Anhata Mudra here with our hands. So you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, but we're just going to bring the heels of your hands together. And then we just lightly touch each of your fingers towards one another. And it creates kind of an open flower, a lotus flower shape. And that's trying to get that sense of spaciousness in our hearts. We're creating space for us to both give and to receive love. When you're ready, you can release your hands and open your eyes. So we are going to come in and try our standing splits. Please feel free to use the walls here. And if you want to, you could grab a block or two. Just grab one. And have it just at the top of your mat. So you're just going to have it kind of beside your shoulders. So if you've got two, you'll have just one either side. If you've only got one, just have the one in the center. So we'll come up towards the blocks if you're using them. This is just one way of coming into standing splits, so you can come into it anyway. But if you'd like to bend your knees first, as if you're kind of coming into a chair, and place your hand on your blocks or blocks. So if you've got two of them, just grab them. If you've got your hands on the ground, just have your hands on the ground. We'll stand on the right leg, and we'll just step the left leg back. So you could just step it back and still have it on the ground. And then maybe you start to lift through that back leg, but just see how that feels. If it doesn't feel that right, then you can always pop it back down again. And the front leg is really bent. And then once you've got the top leg lifted, you could start to maybe think about straightening that front leg. What we don't want to do is to lift the leg too high, so we make the hips uneven. We want to keep them nice and level. And your back foot, if you like to point it. If you like to flex it, then it goes down towards the ground, then do that. Just try and keep that evenness in your hips. Belly pulled in. Okay, take one more inhale. So to come out of it, we just reverse it. So maybe bending into your standing leg and then start to lower through that back leg. And come in just a forward fold here. So bend your knees, maybe take your hands on your legs or hands on the block still. And just fold in. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, start to straighten your spine again. So lengthen forwards, pull the heart forwards. On the exhale, just folding back in. On the inhale, start to reach up, so rising all the way up. And on the exhale, bring the palms towards your heart. And just notice how that side feels, or how it makes you feel. And again, self-love is also about how we talk to ourselves, how that internal dialogue, so try and be kind. Okay, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes, and we'll try the other side, just see how it goes. So if you've got your blocks, just have them in front of you. Again, start to bend into your knees a little bit and place your hands onto your blocks or onto the floor. It doesn't really matter. Draw the belly in, stand on that left leg, so bend into your knee and take the right leg back. So again, you might just keep it on the ground, you might hover it up a couple of times. It doesn't really matter about the height here, so even a little lift will do. Or maybe you start to lift a bit more. And then if you want to start working, straightening through that left leg, again, just take it to where it feels right. Keep a little micro bend in it if you need to. Lift the belly. Breathe. Find your drishti, so maybe just the third eye or just somewhere in front of your face. Okay, we'll reverse it. So bending into your standing leg, slowly lowering that back leg down, bring your feet together. And then just fold towards your legs. So again, hands on the legs, hands on your blocks, bend your knees. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to move up again. So on the inhale again, lengthen your spine, pull the heart forwards. Exhale, folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, so rise all the way up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. See how it all feels. Okay, so we are going to do some standing postures now with an option of doing standing splits again. If you don't want to do it again, you absolutely don't have to. You can just stay in a lunge position. But if you're going to, then make sure you've got your blocks handy if you need them. So just that towards the top of your mat. You can use the blocks for other things as well. So we'll start at the top of our mat. We'll spread the toes and lengthen through the legs and relax the shoulders down. So as you inhale, we'll start to reach with your arms. So maybe looking up at your thumbs. On the exhale, folding forward, so bending into your knees as you come down. As you inhale, start to pull the chest forwards a little bit more. And on the exhale, we'll just step back with your right leg. But we're going to step back into that high lunge again, so that crescent lunge position. And if you do want to lower your back knee, then certainly do that. So when you're ready, on the inhale, draw your belly and start to lift up again. Maybe reach with your arms. And take care of yourself. So if you need to bend your back knee, then do that. Keep the hips level, keep the pelvic floor lifted. Maybe take the back bend if you'd like. So start to bend the elbows, start to open up through your chest a little bit. Just if it feels nice. And breathe into the space you create. As you inhale, start to reach back up again. And then this time I'm going to open up to warrior two. So take your time. So we're just going to turn on the heel of the back leg, place it down and move the arms out. So we look along the front hand. We keep the front knee opening. So that left knee draws back. The hips open, but also the chest opens in warrior two. So we want to draw the shoulder blades together at the back a little bit more. Look along that front hand. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. We're going to come into a half bound version of warrior two. So with your right hand, we're just going to bend the elbow and take it behind your back. So you might just grab hold of your t-shirt here. Maybe you can take your hip, maybe you could take a little bit of the thigh, but just whatever you can. Keep drawing back on that right shoulder and keep stretching away with your left fingertips. Now from here, we're going to transfer into a half-bound version of triangle. So we want to slowly start to straighten the front leg. You might hop the back foot in, so if it feels too wide apart with your legs, then definitely do that. And then start to lengthen over that left leg, releasing the hand down, maybe to a block, maybe to your leg, and start to just draw the top shoulder back, so that right shoulder pulls back to open the chest a little bit more. And you'll not get down probably as far as you normally do, but it doesn't matter. It's just the opening of your chest that you want to kind of concentrate here. So working the legs strongly, so through your feet. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another and draw the belly in. And then from there, as you inhale, we're going to release your right hand. We're just going to stretch it up now. So coming into a more traditional form of triangle. So reaching up through your fingertips. Good, aligning your arms, still drawing that sense of drawing the shoulder back, but keep the hand in line with the shoulder. So the hand doesn't go further, it's just the shoulder that's drawing back. Take one more inhale here, and then if you can, reach that right arm so it comes over your ear. So bringing it more into that side stretch through the body. Okay, we'll not stay here long. Take one more inhale, and then start to lift all the way back up again. When you get up, we're just going to bend your front leg. So just coming back into warrior two, which should feel a bit of relief. And then we'll release the hands all the way down towards the ground. As you do that, turn onto the toes of your back leg, so you're in this lunge position. And then from here, we're going to step up towards the top of your mat. So bend your back leg, step it in. As you inhale here, lengthen through your spine, so pull the heart forwards. On the exhale, folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, so rise all the way up. And on the exhale, we're just going to fold all the way down towards your legs again. Lengthen forwards on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll take the hands down. We're going to step back with your left leg. And we're going to move in to Parsvattanasana. So if you can, don't step too far back with your left leg, but step it in a little bit and place the heel down and start to work the front leg straight. And as you do that, you might need to move your hands up the leg. So you might need to move them up towards your hips or maybe towards your thigh, or maybe you can grab your blocks here. So the blocks will certainly help. And you can have one on either side of your front foot. And again, just see how it feels. From here, try and think about drawing the right hip in. So often the right hip will go out to the side, so we get down lower. But draw it in. It might make you come up a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Try and squeeze the inner thighs together. Now you can just simply stay in Parsvattanasana if you'd like, or we're going to transfer into standing splits. So again, with your hands on the blocks, start to bend into your front knee, that right knee bends, and then start to lift your left leg up off the ground. But just see how it feels. If you'd rather just stay with the foot down on the ground and stay in Parsvattanasana, and then do that. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. So we're going to start to bend into your front knee again, and we're going to lower the back leg down like we did previously. So the feet come together, the knees bend a lot. Maybe you take your hands onto your legs. Maybe you just fold in, taking that little forward fold. Well done. We'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, lengthen your spine forward again. So start to move your hands up, start to pull the chest forwards. On the exhale, folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, so rise all the way up. And on the exhale, draw the palms towards your heart. Maybe just take a moment there, just see how that all feels in your body. And again, take a moment to see how your thoughts are as well. You're still being loving and kind to yourself. Okay, we'll try the other side. I'm going to move to the other side, but if you want to stay there, you can simply stay there. So again, if you're using blocks, just one on either side. Come back in and spread your toes again and have your feet together or apart. Lengthen the legs and relax your shoulders. So when you're ready, on your inhale, we'll start to reach up with your arms. On the exhale, we fold forward. So taking your time, bending into your knees. You lengthen on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll step back with your left leg this time. So again, we're coming into that high crescent lunge. So we're on the ball of the back foot. You can lower your knee down if you'd like. Or on the inhale, we'll start to lift up. So just into that high lunge again. And when you get there, maybe you start to reach your arms up. Again, do anything that needs to be done to make it fit your body and feel right for you. So bend the back knee. Good. Relax the shoulders a little. And then maybe start to take that back bend by bending in the elbows, by drawing the elbows back and opening through your chest a little bit. So breathing deeply. Okay, on your next inhale, start to reach back up with your arms. And then on the exhale, we'll take it into warrior two. So we're going to spin on the heel of the back leg. We're going to reach the arms forward and back, and we're going to sink into the legs once more. And again, think about opening through your hips. But today, because we're practicing in this kind of heart area, we're trying to open up through the top of your body a little bit more. But it's just an emphasis. We are totally concerned with everything and every part of our body as we practice. We'll take one more inhale. We're going to come into that half bound version again. So your left hand is going to go behind your back, grabbing hold of what you can, start to pull that left shoulder back. Good. Still working the legs strongly. So drawing the inner thighs and giving the glutes a little bit of a squeeze, making sure you feel balanced through your feet. And watch your breath. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll move into that half bound version of triangle now. So we're going to start to slowly straighten your front leg again with the option to hop your back foot in a little bit. Maybe push your left hip away and lengthen over the right leg. So taking the hand down, just thinking about opening your chest a little bit more. So drawing your shoulder back, not too concerned about how far down you're going. The legs are working strongly anyway. Good. And trying to keep that openness in your body. So rather than folding forwards, think about opening it up to the side. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to slowly release your left hand. So start to stretch it now up towards the ceiling so it comes more in line with that bottom arm. Again, still thinking about opening the chest, pressing strongly through your feet. Okay, we'll take one more inhale, and then if you can, start to stretch that left arm over your ear. So it comes more into that left side body. Good, one more breath. Start to rise up. So take your time as you come up, and when you come up, rebend your front leg. Okay, from there, we'll release the hands down towards your mat. Turning on the toes of your back leg, we come back into our lunge position. And then from here, we are going to step to the top again. So bending on that back leg, step forwards. When you're ready on your inhale, start to pull the chest forwards. On the exhale, folding back. As you inhale, reach up. And again on the exhale, we're going to fold all the way back down towards your legs, and maybe bending the knees strongly as you come down. Good. Lengthen forwards on the inhale. And this time on the exhale, the hands go down, the right foot steps back. So again, we're coming back into Parasuttanasana on that other side. So the heel goes down, the front leg straightens. Maybe you move your hands up your legs to any position. Maybe you grab your blocks. Use the blocks if you've got them. Keep drawing in through your right hip. Good, and your left side hip as well. So staying here in Parasuttanasana if you like, or come back into standing splits. If you've got your blocks, you've got your hands on your blocks already, then just start to bend into that left knee And then start to lift your right foot up off the ground. Again, you can always pop it back down, just see how it feels. Maybe you start to work the left leg straight. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to reverse it. So bend into your left leg, slowly start to lower that right foot down so you can start to bring your feet back together and then just fold towards your legs. Okay, from here, when you're ready, as you inhale, stretch your spine forward. On the exhale, just folding back in. Now this time, take your hands towards the mat and just step back again into a plank position. So we were here earlier and you gave yourself permission to put your knees down. So you have the same ability to pop your knees down towards the ground whenever you need to. We're just going to hold it for a moment, just being really thankful of the ability to do this with the knees up or down, doesn't matter. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. And then again, we're going to lower to the ground. So maybe you lower your knees first. Maybe you can bend your elbows and just lower all the way down. And when you get there, you can get a well-earned rest. So you can bring your arms down, drop your head down, and just relax there for a moment. And just notice how your body feels as you lie there. Okay, we're going to come into a variation on Shalabhasa, so very similar to the Cobra variation we did at the beginning. So if you can, bring your big toes back together again, so the heels kind of slightly drop out to the sides. You can always keep your head so it's down onto your arms here, or if you'd like to, you can move your hands back, so the palms of your hands are going to press onto the mat and help you to lift your chest up. And then if you want a little bit more, you can reach your fingertips back. So as you inhale, we're going to push and lift through the legs and through the upper body to any degree. So try not to get too obsessed about lifting high, but think more about stretching. So from your feet all the way to the crown of your head. Maybe if you want to, you could interlake your fingers, mind your low back and lift up a bit more, but see what feels and suits you. We'll take one more inhale and then slowly release everything all the way back down. Maybe releasing your hands and bringing them round so you can drop your head down again. This time we're going to bend our knees. So we're going to come in for bow pose. Again, it's up to you. You can keep your head down on your hands and just lift your legs up off the ground. Maybe you can reach your arms back and then start to lift through your chest and through your legs. Or maybe you can grab hold of your feet or your ankles. Drawing the inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, start to press feet into hands. In any variation, in any height, and any time you want to come down, you come down. When you're ready, slowly start to release. Relax everything back down. Drop your head. Okay, from here, we're going to come up to a Sphinx position. So we're going to use your hands and your arms and press yourself up. So As you come into Sphinx, try to align your shoulder and your elbow, and then do align your elbow and your wrist and your hands as well, so they've got them straight out in front of you. Think about the pubic bone pressing down a little bit, but the belly button is lifting up off the ground. And if you can, imagine that you've got suction pads on your fingertips and you're kind of drawing the chest forward, so you're creating more space in the chest. So the shoulders draw down your back. And it's a little bit like Dandasana. We're not just there, we're not just here, but we're actually actively working every single muscle in your body almost. Okay, we're going to take one more inhale here. I'm going to come in for a shoelace stretch, which is for a stretch for our shoulders. So we're going to take your right arm across towards the left corner of your mat. And I'm going to take your left arm over the top of that and over towards the right corner of your mat. So you cross the arms over, and it's quite a strong cross of the arms. It's quite high up. And if sometimes there's a little gap there, you could drop your head into. If there's not, if your shoulders are a little bit tight, then there's maybe not a gap. So you could drop the head down just the way you can. Try and relax into that. So breathing into the sensations you feel with the knowledge that you can come out of it a little bit if it's too much, or maybe you move into it a little bit more if you feel you want a little bit more sensation. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll slowly start to unravel our arms. We're coming back up into Sphinx again, so just take your time moving into it. Again, align your shoulders and your elbows. Start to feel that you're activating the muscles through your back. Start to lift your belly button up off the ground. Start to use your fingertips to draw yourself forwards. So we're going to do that shoelace the other way. So your left hand is going to go over to the right corner of your mat. And then this time your right arm is going to go up to the left corner. Again, it might feel different on this side, it might feel a little bit squint, or maybe it feels perfectly symmetrical. And then try and relax the head and relax the neck. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly release that so you can unravel your arms. We're just going to use your hands here to press back to that child's pose again. So just pressing yourself onto your knees. Walk your knees in, so quite wide, feet together. And you can basically do anything with your arms. You can stretch them out in front, or maybe you just relax your head down and let your arms go by your side. So whatever feels like the best thing for you. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly start to come back up. So using your hands, you start to press yourself back up. I'm going to take a little seat towards the front when you're ready. So we'll just bring the legs down. So we've done quite a lot for our heart area and our chest and so forth. So we're going to do a little bit for our legs now. So we'll come in with the feet, the legs long, the feet a little bit flexed. Sit up onto your sit bones. You can use a strap here, so if you've got one handy, you could grab one, but we're going to come in for Janushanasana first of all. So we'll keep your right leg straight, we'll bend the left leg in. So again, if you've got blocks and you like to use them, you can support your leg, otherwise just allow that leg to move down. So make sure that your right leg is kind of in a straightish line so it's not squint. And then turn your body towards that leg. And if you like to, you could reach up on the inhale and then fold on the exhale. So using your strap or using your hands just on the leg or the ankle, or maybe you take hold of your feet, just whatever feels right. And we'll set our drishti towards our toes today. And if you'd like to, on the inhale, you can do this a few times. Just start to lift your chest a little bit. And then on the exhale, just fold in a little bit more. You can do that again. So inhale, lift the chest a little. And then on the exhale, just try and soften in a little bit more. We'll do that one more time like that. So take your time. And then this time when you come in, maybe try and soften just everything just a little bit more. So maybe the grip you have, release it a little bit. Maybe you can relax a little bit through your shoulders, or your head, or your neck. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. And then just when you're ready, start to come back up. So take your time, rush. Just move out of it slowly. We'll come in for a twist here. So we're going to take your left foot just flat onto the ground, first of all. And then move your left foot over the top of your right leg. So you can use your right hand here or your right arm. And then take your left fingertips behind you. So using that tented, so you can kind of push through your fingertips to lift the spine a little, and then maybe turn around. And as you're doing this, try and press down through your left big toe and keep your right foot a little bit flexed as well. And when you're ready, we'll come back towards the center again. So just taking your time coming round, and then release your legs. And we'll just come in for the other side. So again, flexing in your left foot. Start to bend the right leg in. So aligning your body, so turn it round just a little bit more, so you're more centered towards that left leg. And then inhale to reach. And make your way forwards on that exhale. So maybe take your strap or grab hold of what you can. And again, if you like to, if you feel it helps you, on the inhale, start to lift your chest a little bit. And then on the exhale, start to fold in. Again, looking towards our toes. Just do that again, just in your own time. So keeping a softness, so without being harsh about it. And then start to allow your body to soften a little bit more. So wherever you feel you're kind of gripping or holding on to, maybe you release. So maybe it's your grip on your foot. Maybe you need to release it. Maybe it's on your strap. Maybe it's tight. Okay, we'll take one more inhale here. Start to move up. So again, take your time as you're moving out of it. And then we'll come in for the twist on this side. So taking your right foot flat on the ground. Start to move it over the left leg. So press your right toes down like your left foot. Using your left hand or arm this time to draw yourself around towards the right. And right fingertips behind you to lengthen. When you're ready, slowly back towards the centre. So just taking your time unraveling it. Release your legs, so maybe give them a little shake. And we'll come in for Paschimottanasana now, so our seated forward fold. So again, if you want to sit on something, then maybe do that. If you want to bend your knees, then do that. And if you want to use a strap again, then just have your strap and use that. So again, as you inhale, we'll start to reach up. On the exhale, just folding in, so to any degree. Just try and soften it a little bit. And if you feel that you don't get much stretch in your upper back here, then maybe bend your knees a little bit, and then you can lengthen your spine forwards a little bit more. Sometimes if the hamstrings, the back of the thigh is really tight, then we spend our whole time in Paschimottanasana stretching through the legs, but maybe sometimes it's nice to stretch the upper back a little. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. And then just when you're ready, slowly start to rise back up again, taking your time. Okay, we are going to move down onto your back. So just take your time coming down. We'll do a little twist when we get there. So. As you lay on your back, we'll keep the knees bent and the feet flat onto the floor. And then we're just going to lift your right leg up, and we're going to take that quite high cross of the leg, so there's no gap between our legs. We're going to move over to the right. If you wanted to, you could push through your left foot, and then you just nudge your hips just a tiny bit to the left first, and then just drop your legs over towards the right side. Again, if it feels too much when you get there, uncross your legs. Maybe stretch your arms out. If you like to turn your head, then turn it towards the left side. When you're ready, we'll come back to the centre. So again, when you get there, just uncrossing your legs. Maybe use your feet to just align your hips again. So this time, left leg up and over the right. Again, maybe push through your right foot, nudge your hips a tiny bit to the right, and then drop the legs to the left side. Maybe turning your head towards that right hand. When you're ready, back and towards the centre. Just uncrossing the legs, and then just draw your knees in towards your chest. As you come in, you can make any final little movements here that you like. So moving side to side or forwards and back, whatever feels right to you. And then we are just going to move into Shavasana next, our final relaxation. If you do want to grab some socks or pop a jumper on, then do that. And then just start to find a comfortable position. So maybe closing your eyes if you like. So Anahata is the chakra that holds the center of love, empathy, and compassion. In Sanskrit, Anahata means unstruck sound. And as I said, it's represented by the element of air and the color green. So maybe bringing that nice green color into your vision. So like love, air surrounds and sustains us in this life. Anahata is the chakra of positive energy. It connects the lower chakras, the more base chakras, to the higher up ones, the more kind of spiritual chakras. And when it's open fully, the heart chakra becomes a channel for universal compassion, our true self. It is here in this space that we invite the infinite love to flow through us, allowing it to heal ourselves and others. The lesson of the heart is that we must fully love and accept ourselves before we can love and accept others. Start to spread your collarbones a little bit, opening up the space that holds your heart. Bring your awareness to the space that surrounds your heart. Notice the space rise and fall when you breathe. Imagine that you're breathing in a large emerald light through your nostrils, settling down and into your heart space. It brings with it warmth, making the entire upper body feel toasty and warm. As you breathe, allow this light and warmth to grow. Only by opening our hearts can we allow love to come in. If you have felt pain, perhaps a broken heart, you've opened yourself up enough to expose yourself to vulnerability. This is a courageous move. By doing so, you can extend light into those who need love. Take a moment here and call to mind someone or multiple people whom you love. Bring their faces very clearly into your mind's eye. Now allow love to radiate from your heart space out and into this person or people. Now call to mind someone or multiple people who you have a tough relationship with. Bring their face very clearly into your mind's eye. And now allow love to radiate from your heart space out and into this person or people. Now call to mind yourself. Picture yourself here in this room. Bring your face very clearly into your mind's eye. Now using all of this love, compassion, and openness cultivated here in this space, begin to wrap yourself up in love, sending it out from the space that holds your heart. When you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale through your nose. And then we're just going to sigh it out your mouth. And then you can do that again if you'd like. So just deeply inhale. And then just let it go. And then we'll just start to move a little bit. So through your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching your arms over your head. Stretching all the way down to your feet. And as you bring your arms over, we'll start to bend the knees. Either keeping your feet on the ground or drawing your knees to your chest, whatever suits you. And just move a little bit. And if you'd like to roll over onto your side, then do that. And then just in your own time, we'll just start to make our way up. We'll just find a comfortable seat when you're ready. We'll bring the palms together in front of your heart. So you can either keep our namaste or you can create that little lotus flower. So heel of the hand and then all the fingers, tips just gently touch. And bring that to your heart. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the self-love practice that we did. Namaste. Thank you very much. Well done. I'll stop the recording. You can unmute yourself after that.